This video contains mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, basically what we did last week, since it seemed that our hotel rooms that we weren't staying in were being watched, we actually went to the hotel and found that there was someone in a room next to the two that had been reserved for us. So we waited for them to leave the room. Then we basically crossed from our balcony to theirs. We're on the third floor and broke into their room. And as said, we found a flyer for a wax museum. So we went down to that part of town, got something to eat, found that the museum was closed for a couple of weeks for renovations. So we broke into the wax museum. There were some people inside working at the big vats of wax, and we were able to sneak on past. There we had found a sheet of paper describing how to preserve flesh in wax, which is kind of fun. And these workers also had tattoos that connect them to an ancient British cult. Not exactly how we found out. I think we were talking to somebody before we broke in. It sounds like their new exhibit that they're waiting for is going to be a deep one, just by a description. Anyways, we broke in. We kind of looked around the museum a little bit when one of the wax figures came to life, a figure of Jack the Ripper. We were able to avoid him fairly easily and got out. Unfortunately, I think we were seen going out. So they were yells by the people inside the building, but we were able to get away without the police catching us and went back to Jack's place. I think that's pretty much where we left off.
Yeah, that's about it. And so just let me know if you want me to fast forward to the gala or if there's anything else you want to do before tomorrow night.
And
We were able to grab this paper that described how to preserve flesh in wax, right?
Yes.
Okay. Looking at it, does it look like it's normal, I guess? Or does it look like it's, does it have elements of occult shit? Like, does it look like a spell? Or does it look like just some notes on the best ways to put flesh in without it rotting?
Yeah, it's pretty simplistic like that. There's nothing overtly occult about it.
No mention of, and then after you do this, the things will walk around and stuff.
No blood sacrifices, no Eye of Newt or anything like that. Just
Okay.
this specific chemical mixture. That's about it.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess we should just get some sleep and unless Jack can think of something.
might as well get some rest. Keep an eye out in case someone tries to get us in our sleep.
I can tell you the night passes uneventfully. And you can go to the gala. The British Museum is a large structure. It takes up a good chunk of a city block. There are still people around, but a cab brings you right to the main entrance of the museum. It's a slightly recessed entranceway with stone columns and a brick ground, like a brick floor for you to walk on. And there's a sign near the, just inside the entrance, near a bust of the Duke of Marlborough, saying that there's a grand statuary, the Art of Rome exhibit, located upstairs in the King Edward VII Gallery. What are you guys wearing to the gala?
Well, Anson is wearing the cheap and ill-fitting tuxedo he was able to barely afford. Yeah, I mean, pretty much that. He is carrying his revolver on, with him. But as far as what he's wearing, that's pretty much it.
And Jack?
And I would be carrying my spear and my tribal knife as like a kind of showcase for some potential buyers. And I also would be carrying a handgun, just for protection.
All right, but are you in like formal dress, or are you wearing like typical like day clothes?
I would be in my typical day clothes.
Okay.
Or no, formal dress.
Formal dress.
My bad.
All right. So as you guys ascend the stairs to the exhibit space, there's a whole bunch of people just milling about, talking in hushed voices. There is a man that, when you approach, start going up the stairs, who walks right up to Jack. He is a short-ish man with a big, fat smile. He has a well-trimmed mustache and a well-groomed beard. He has spectacles pressed up pretty high up his nose and a striped bow tie rather than any kind of tie or cummerbund.
What about brings you here over to me, mate?
Oh, you're the one who called me about that spear.
Yep, here she is.
That's fascinating.
I'm assuming this is Herod.
Yes, this is Herod. Oh.
Yeah.
Let me Malcolm Herod III. Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet all of you.
Yep, this is the real deal here.
Oh yes. I've seen some exquisite pieces when I was in Cairo, and there's not a lot made with wood. Some stuff, but not much. This is truly magnificent. And he starts examining the spear. This will make a lovely donation.
I also do have one other bit of thing that I got from Nepal.
Oh, really? Huh.
As he shows him the dagger.
Well, that is definitely interesting. I can't say.
Two separate odd little occultic symbols, but it was quite a journey.
Well, I can't say that I'm an expert in anything from Nepal. Not even sure who to point you to. Not so much Merriweather or Whitlow. O'Donnell might have some interest in it, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm sure there could be a researcher who would be interested in that. We really appreciate the donations.
Much obliged.
Oh, he holds out his hands to like take them from you. Oh, and he's like,
Could I at least like hold on to it for the gala at least? I feel like it'd be an excellent sort of like show to all the prospective members to like see who collected it.
oh, of course, you can hold on to it. Um, After the gala, I'll come and collect it from you. And as you're standing there, a woman comes up and she's like, "Oh, Herod, who are you talking to?" And she sees the knife and her eyes go wide. That is so beautiful.
Do you like it?
Yes, this is a fascinating. Where'd you get it?
I found it in Nepal.
Really? So exotic. Herod, Malcolm never takes me anywhere. Nothing fancy like that.
Would you like it?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
I mean, I'm more than happy to work something out for it.
Oh no. I honestly couldn't. No, I mean, I know the museum is always looking for nice pieces like this, and I know Malcolm will let me see it whenever I want to, but I honestly can't take it. It is
I'll at
awfully
least let you
beautiful.
hold it for a bit.
Oh. And she takes the knife and sort of like her eyes go like scan the blade and she's turning it over in her hands gently.
She's a little too interested in the knife.
Plunged into my heart.
Not suspicious at all. Never mind.
If you want to, you can make psychology rolls.
Yeah, let me make a psychology roll.
I can definitely attempt that, but it probably won't be good.
Oh, I failed.
No.
Darn it. I failed big.
Nope, she just
Not
looks
even
like
enough to use a.
excited,
It
interested
just looks. Okay.
woman.
I wonder if you could point me in the direction of Dr. Whitlow.
Oh, yes, Whitlow. I saw him around here somewhere. Oh, where is he? Where is he? Oh, there he is, and he points to the farther side of the little entryway, right near the doors. You see a short man with a slightly ruffled up suit, um, totally bald on his head, a little hair sprinkled out behind his ears. Um, Looking around a little
Good, I don't feel
nervously.
so bad about the cheap tuxedo. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you, Dr. Harrod.
Oh, of
And I'll
course.
make my way towards Whitlow. Whitlow.
Whitlow sees you approaching, and he gives her like a fake smile and says, "Are are
I
you
will return the smile to try to put him at ease.
are you the ones that I was contacted about? John said I should talk to.
Uh, yes. My name is Anson Thorpe. It's nice meeting you. I was hoping to get a little more detail from you about the subject of the telegram I received from John.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Maybe there's a better place to talk about it
Yeah.
that's out of listening.
Yeah, see, this place is so crowded. I mean, with the gala and people in the museum. I had hoped, that I have an office in the museum, but right now, going there, I think would just raise too much suspicion. Here, and he hands you something, Anson, that's small, fits right in your hand, and like,
Okay.
meet me after the gala. Um, it's gonna be a quick
All right.
show, dinner. You know, I gotta help clean up a little bit afterwards, but we should talk in private. And
Okay. That sounds like a good idea. In the meantime, I'll just we'll keep our eyes open and hopefully the night goes by without interruption.
he opens his mouth still. He's gonna say something else when he notices a younger man wearing a very fine suit rushing up the stairs, sweating and out of breath. And
Huh.
without another word, Whitlow just walks into the exhibit space as the doors open and let everybody else in.
Okay. I'm gonna pocket the thing he gave me. What does it feel like? Is it a key
It
or?
feels like a key.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just pocketing it. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. Put my hand in my pocket, basically, nonchalantly, and don't even acknowledge the fact that it's there. And I'm gonna kind of make my way towards the stairs that the guy ran up, and kind of try and get a look.
All right. So, script for those people. Where is his description? Okay. So, the man who ran up the stairs is kind of thin. He looks extremely nervous.
Hmm.
Under his formal jacket is sort of like a black knit sweater that is sort of extremely tight. It sort of defines his muscles. Um, he's got sharp features, and there's a small scar that runs on his chin. Pardon me.
Okay.
Ah, it's been quite a night. Please, excuse me. I have to go inside.
Yeah, very a lot going on tonight, huh? It must take a lot of effort to put on an exhibit like this.
Oh, you have no idea. Yes, I've been a lot of work, but it's finally over. Please. He tries to push
That's
past you.
good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm Anson Thorpe, by the way. Put out my hand.
O'Donnell, Christopher O'Donnell, curator.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, let's go in and take a look at the exhibit, huh?
Oh, yes.
I'll move aside so I can go and.
Excuse me. Thank you. And he
And I will.
rushes inside, sort of straightening his tie as he moves past you. Make a spot hidden roll, Anson.
I'm gonna try, but you know me and spot hidden.
Jack, you can try a spot hidden roll as well.
Oh, I actually made it.
You notice a folded up piece of paper in O'Donnell's back pocket. And though it's kind of hard to see exactly what it is. With your roll, you can see part of the name Zephyrums.
Maybe
Does
we
it
should try
look
to
similar to the
pickpocket it.
flyer?
Yeah, it looks same. Same looks like the same kind of paper.
All right.
I'm gonna try and sleight of hand to get it out of his pocket.
All right. It'll have to be a hard sleight of hand roll. He's moving pretty quickly.
Damn. Who's the best at sleight of hand here?
I can guarantee you that I am not. I have the base 10%.
Yeah, the same.
I don't know if Sydney's got any, but
You can always try.
I'm not that worried about it. It looked a lot like the flyer that we already have, that we've already seen. Actually, we didn't take it with us. We left it behind in case it would be
Poor
missed.
guy.
Does that piece of paper look as if it had been crumpled before?
No, it looks folded up.
Okay,
Crumpled
alright.
or shoved in his pocket.
Okay.
That is a 2.
Yeah, it's a flyer for Zephyrums. I believe I already gave you guys a handout. It's the same. It's just another flyer for the Wax Museum.
Well, it's like handout E.
Yeah, it's
Creepy place.
Maybe we're
What?
gonna see. Maybe we're gonna go on and see some mysterious things.
I'm going to head on in to the exhibit and kind of keep an eye on this guy. Going to try and not let him get lost in the crowd.
All right. So inside the exhibit,
Brave our chamber of horrors if you dare. Oh, I wonder what that's like.
so you see these 2 rows of Roman statues that dominate the exhibit space. They're a combination of busts and full figure statues, such as Apollo, Hesiod, Homer, and 2 large statues of horses that are rearing in the center of the room.
Nice.
And O'Donnell just seems to be sort of like walking up to the statues and brushing dust off of a few of them, like he's making finishing touches to the exhibit space.
All right. Shoot. Do they have like legends by them showing, from what period, what time they were supposedly created or where they were obtained from?
No, they're just a smattering of Roman artwork. Nothing, no specific time period. And you would gather from the sign that it's not meant to be like a certain statues under a certain emperor or anything like that. It's just the general entire empire's worth of art for the entire time period.
Okay, but they do look Roman as opposed to like, Italian, like Michelangelo or something like that from the Renaissance period. These actually look from the Roman period.
Yes, these are definitely all Roman.
Okay. Huh. Nice. Are there any exhibits of anything that might have some sort of occult symbolism? Ankhs, oh no, Ankhs are Egyptian, but religious type stuff or other
There
occult type
are
things. I
some
know.
religious artwork displays, but nothing that really triggers an outward immediate response.
Okay. Judging by our past experiences, nothing that would sound any alarms or anything, huh?
Nope. Nothing that looks like it
I
might
want
be related to
I want to
Egypt.
hear more about this Hall of Horrors. Hear more about this.
Well, they were pretty horrific.
Yeah, there were a lot
I
of.
think I'm gonna go in. I think
I,
I'm gonna go in there and see what's in there. See
I'm
what
not,
kind
I'm
of
not
terror.
sure we'll ever go back to it. Well, that's a wax museum that's in another part of the city. So the Hall of Mirrors isn't in this museum.
Ah,
That was the one we broke into in the last session and got chased out by Wax Jack the Ripper.
So there's a
I think
bunch of
maybe I
people
should.
milling around. Everybody is nicely dressed. Um, you got people who look sort of like stuffy academics, and you have people who are clearly in their wealthy element. They're wearing finely pressed suits and walking with that air of they're better than everybody else around. You see men and women. Um, Men always seem to be a little bit more outward than their female companions.
Right. Well, Anson will do his best and try not to embarrass himself. It seems that the academics are pretty easily picked out from the crowd then, right?
Yes.
They seem to be not quite dressed as nicely and that sort of thing.
Exactly. I mean, they're dressed
Okay.
appropriately, but not like over the top, flaunting
Right.
wealth.
And we've met Meriwether before, right? Did we meet him when we first?
You did not. You met Herod,
No.
O'Donnell, and Whitlow.
Okay.
Meriwether is actually standing near the bust of Apollo, sort of greeting everybody as they pass, saying,
Okay.
"Hello, welcome to the museum." He's an older gentleman, kind of barrel chested, and sort of a big, stout guy. Um, but he's also kind of like, you can kind of see the muscles. He's strong. He's not flabby and overweight. He's just a big guy.
Okay. Yeah. I'll approach him and
He seems like a tough one.
he'll offer his hand to him and say, my name's Anson Thorpe. You must be Dr. Meriwether.
Oh, yes.
I wanted to thank you for your invitation.
Oh, of course. Always happy to extend a welcoming hand to anybody who would see fit to help our great institution. So I don't believe
Yeah,
I've
well,
met you
I got to admit, I don't know much about archaeology, but I do have some experience with archaeological type stuff recently. So yeah, this is very nice. It's very interesting.
Oh,
I
Please enjoy
actually
it.
am well versed in archaeology myself.
Really? Why, that is some spear you're walking around
I
with.
mean,
It's a very
yep,
interesting piece.
this is the Spear of Horus.
Oh. Have you spoken to Professor Herod about it? It sounds like something he would be very
Oh, he
interested in.
is all the more ecstatic about it.
He's definitely been pressing to have an Egyptian display. And, we do them
Yeah,
every
Miss.
once in a while. We have small ones, but he really wants a grand display. And it's must be unfortunate there's not as much funding for such a large exhibit as there are these smaller little set pieces. It's a
I
little bit of a
do
shame.
also have a dagger that might be interesting that I found in Nepal.
Oh, really? Where is this dagger?
Shows him the dagger.
Oh, you said you found this in Nepal. That's very
Mm-hmm.
interesting. He hands it back to you.
Yeah, Mr. Winchester here was. I think he was planning on donating these two pieces to the museum. I know.
About a right place to put him.
I know. Dr. Herod was excited at the prospect. I find it interesting with all the craze these days about Egyptian mummies and that sort. That Egyptian exhibits aren't all that popular.
I'm sure that the Spear of Horus will definitely draw some attention, though.
Oh, did we lose you?
No?
Um, oh, there you are. I think.
He says, "Yes, we'll put this. We can put this right on display in a glass case in the middle of a great hall."
Heck, we could even put the dagger alongside it and call it the Jack Winchester Discoveries.
Oh, I'm sure we can do something with that dagger. And he smiles.
Okay, now I need to make a psychology roll on him.
Okay.
That was just
Mm,
okay. That's a hard success.
He has. He seems like he is not surprised by the dagger, and it's something he's very familiar with.
mm.
Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but okay.
You should probably press him on the matter.
So, is there anything else I can help you, gentlemen, with? There are, you know, another dozen people I need to say hello to before we get
Oh, of
separated.
course, of course. We don't mean to be a bother. We'll just take in these fabulous displays. Thank you again for the invitation.
As for psychology, I rolled a hard success as well.
It's you get the same sense that he's not surprised by the appearance of the knife.
You actually recognize the knife?
Oh, I mean, it's a beautiful knife, but I don't see anything really special with it. It's just a
Mm.
very shiny knife. Not something like I would study, but pretty. Sure, would fetch a pound or two at a decent seller if you can find the right buyer.
I know some occultic societies might have interest in it.
I can't imagine there's anything occultish with such a dagger.
There's actually, like, if you look closely, there's a little symbol right there.
You never know with these occultists. They attach significance to a soda cracker if you'd told them it was had some kind of special powers or something. You know how they are.
Yes, the almighty soda cracker.
I don't. I don't believe in such things myself.
Of course, it's all hocus.
Yeah, just a bunch of con men, if you ask me. But you know, I guess everybody's got to make a living, huh?
Yeah, we do what we must. I'm sure.
Anyways, we'll get out of here now.
Well, it was great to meet you, gentlemen.
Hey, it's an honor to meet you, Doctor, and thanks again. And I'll wander off.
All right. Yep, he just greets
Anyway,
somebody else.
I'll see to it the spear gets into the glass case later.
He's fully ignoring you now. You've moved out of his sight.
All right. Wonder what other precious things are on display.
It's
Yeah,
primarily
well,
gonna be
just
artwork.
mingle again. I kind of want to keep an eye on
Do we see
O'Donnell, but
do we see any artwork by Pikmin?
No, you do not. This is all Roman artwork. Nothing contemporary.
it's probably a good thing.
I'm sorry, I just had to make that input.
No, it's quite all right.
Lose a lot of sanity looking at that artwork.
So, and O'Donnell's still just basically fussing and.
Yeah, you see him talking like in hushed breath to a couple of the guests. He says something to Whitlow, start pulling him aside, and then whispering something, and then walking away towards the back of the hall where there's a small door.
Could I do a listen check?
Yes, but he was being very discreet, so it'd be an extreme to hear.
Extreme. What would an extreme for a 67 be? It's divided by 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah, extreme is 1/5.
Hold on.
Round down.
Calculator 67.
That's 60. What'd you roll?
All right, I know what it is. So, and it's a 1.
All right. You hear him whispering to Whitlow, "I don't know what you think you did, but you're not going to get away with it." And that's all he said before walking away.
I whisper that to my friend.
All right. Well, O'Donnell was giving me bad vibes already, so. Huh. I just hope. I hope the fecal matter doesn't make forceful impact with the rotary air recirculation device before we get a chance to meet with Dr. Whitlow.
I mean, wouldn't there be a better thing to call it? Why not just call it a fan?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to be, not so crude given the company we've got here. But yeah, I hope the shit doesn't hit the fan before we have a chance to meet with Whitlow. Just, be on guard, but don't
And hey, if it
don't
does,
don't be too jumpy, huh? I don't need you sticking we don't need to be sticking the gas with that spear of yours.
and hey, if it does, we've faced worse things. We faced.
Yeah, but if we don't have to face worse things, let's try not to, okay?
It's
That's
the
all I'm saying.
optimal. It's the
That's all I'm
optimal
saying.
position not to face horrors beyond description.
Yeah, either that or just, mad people at an art exhibit, all right? You mentioned that O'Donnell had stopped to talk to a few other people.
Yes.
Do I recognize any of the people, or?
Let's see. Would you recognize? I don't think you would recognize. You would recognize
Okay.
the people he spoke to. It's a tall, blonde man, and sort of a shorter, mousy woman.
Okay. And did it look like the ways in which he was speaking similar to the way in which we just witnessed him speak to Whitlow? In other words, does he seem perturbed as he's speaking to them? Does he seem? I don't know. Make another psychology roll, maybe, to see if I can see.
I'm gonna assume that when you saw.
I mean, is he just smiling
since you
and
were paying
just
attention
greeting
and you
people,
saw
or is he like?
he was smiling when he spoke to the other guests, the two people.
Okay, all right.
A
So maybe
question
they
is, how
just.
much credit rating will I get to donate the spear to the museum?
Well, if you
If you donate
donate the spear,
you don't get
probably
any credit
nothing.
rating.
Boo. Boo.
You might be able to talk them into free admission
Glad
for
that's
life or something to the British Museum, but that's about it.
Yeah, you probably get a what would you call it, a list as someone who's endows the museum or something. Your name on a donors list.
Boo, I might as well keep the spear as a collector's item.
All right, as you guys are standing there looking around, you see Meriwether walk up to Whitlow, whisper into his ear, and the two of them walk sort of to the center of the space, and Meriwether says, "Welcome everybody to the gala showcasing some of the finest art from the Roman Empire. I am the head curator, Adrian Meriwether. This was put on by the research by my associate here, Professor Whitlow. It was a little unfortunate that the biggest supporter and pusher of this exhibit, the late Professor Gavin, is no longer with us. So we will dedicate tonight in his honor. And there's an applause, and people are clapping and tinging glasses. There's plenty of alcohol moving around. And Whitlow steps forward with his glass raised in front of him, and he opens his mouth like he's going to speak when his eyes sort of peer off into the distance, and he just says, "Everybody, listen. The time is nearly here. Madness will come, and the new young will be born. There are mere days left. The summoning must be stopped, and the great circle silenced. Yeah, yeah." And without warning, he drops the glass that he was holding, reaches into his waistcoat jacket, pulls out a straight razor, and before anyone could stop him, drags the blade across his neck.
No! No.
First, you guys can make sanity
I'm
rolls
going to.
for seeing this, for seeing a man commit murder, commit suicide.
Hold on. I'm gonna do that sanity roll.
Of course I did.
Okay.
Rob, no. No.
Well, Rob,
Why, Rob?
you're gonna take 3 points of sanity loss with that fumble, Anson.
Okay.
What about me?
You don't lose any. You're sort of shaken. It's like, what the hell did I just see? But you're not gonna lose any sanity over it.
It's like, what
Well,
happened to him? Did his mind break with an unfathomable truth?
Well, I was going to rush forward and get to Whitlow,
He did it extremely quickly.
No, he
but
got
I
himself
imagine
the artery.
I'm gonna have to react in some way to the sanity loss. So, yeah, Anson is kind of stumbles
I
back and
looked
says,
behind
"Holy
me to see
shit!"
what he was looking at.
Yeah, he just seemed to have been looking off into the distance, like just through the windows at the night sky that is descending over London. Nothing specific.
So dark. Can I make an occult roll on what he was talking about, or would that be Mythos?
Or actually, and I don't know if I'm in a state to do this, but make a Mythos roll.
What's your
I'm gonna
Mythos?
say-
It's a whopping 5%, but hey,
I'm gonna
I
say
have a
to do Mythos roll
15%.
to understand to guess what he's talking about.
Go for it.
nope,
You or
no
die.
idea. All I know is that it was creepy, and
Can I spend luck on a Mythos roll?
no,
I
you
don't
may not
believe you
use
can.
luck on the Mythos roll.
I don't believe you can.
Damn it.
That's one of the few things you can't spend luck on.
Can I push it?
No, you can't do that either.
No, I'm gonna say you can.
Sanity rolls are sanity rolls.
I'm gonna say you can push it.
Wait.
Because I want to see if you get it.
But something bad might.
But something bad.
But something bad might happen. Nine out of 15.
Okay. So let's see what he said. There are a few
Like,
things he said that kind of popped out to you. Um, nothing was clearly
darkest
said. There
vault.
was nothing specific, but the word young will be born. The ia
Young,
stood out to you.
young will born. Young will be born. I think I know what he's talking about.
I think so too, but Ensign would be absolutely clueless, so
Of
I ain't going there.
Niggurath.
All right, you see Merriweather and O'Donnell rush to Whitlow's side. Herod is kind of shuffling over, but he's a bigger guy, so it takes him a few moments.
Anson's going to do that as well.
All right, it looks like Merriweather's trying to stem the blood flow from Whitlow's neck, and O'Donnell's like checking his pulse and seeing if maybe Willow didn't actually kill himself, but was somehow still able to survive.
Mm-hmm. You have any first aid, Jack?
Let me check. First aid. Where is it?
And does Sydney have any first aid? That's my question.
I have 40%.
Certain she would be with us,
Yes.
but I don't know if you want us using her or not.
Let's see.
Well, that looks like that's a fail for me.
Let's see as everything loads up.
If only I could boost Mythos by succeeding in checks.
No, you cannot. You want to be able to check it anyway.
Learn more forbidden knowledge. Learn more forbidden knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you could both.
You might
watch,
not believe your eyes.
You both watch as Willow is clearly definitely dead. His skin is going pale. But you can both attempt spot hidden rolls.
Well, I am just not doing it today. Last week we were hitting everything, or 2 weeks ago we were hitting everything. This
That
week I
is
ain't hitting
a
crap.
normal success with the 60.
Okay. You notice that right around Whitlow's mouth is what appears to be a dried white liquid. Like he had almost
no,
like a
he
milk,
drank the.
but a little thicker.
He drank the milk.
He drank the milk. It was clearly past its fresh by date, but
I don't think it was fresh to begin with, mate.
I drank it anyways. Always check the use by date before you drink milk. I really don't care if anybody's watching, and my sleight of hand sucks anyways. I'm gonna pat Whitlow down, see if he's got anything else on him that might be helpful.
Let's see.
Sorry, I had to make that joke.
Let's see. Does he have anything on him? here. Well, aside from the knife that he used to kill himself with, he doesn't appear to have anything on him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he has like another key to his apartment. Looks like some sort of a vehicle key. And a receipt
Okay.
from a telegram.
The receipt in the telegram.
The receipt for a telegram.
Receipt for a telegram.
Yeah.
What is the date on that? Copacetic with about the time that a telegram might have been sent to our mutual friend John.
Yeah, you would suspect so.
Or is it? Okay. Can I recall who handed Whitlow the drink he was holding?
I just thought of something horrible.
Like, did I notice Merriweather hand it to him? Did O'Donnell hand it to him?
An intelligence roll.
Okay.
Intelligence.
Now it says here, I'm with I have the sharp-witted talent.
Mm-hmm.
I get a bonus die when making intelligence, but not idea rolls. Would that count?
I would call this a no roll, not an idea roll. So it would still count.
Okay. All right.
Can you take a break for just a minute?
An extreme success.
All right. So
I gotta go real quick. My dad needs me.
All right. You remember that Willow just took a glass off of a serving tray from a waiter.
Okay.
It wasn't handed to him or anything. He picked the cup up himself.
Did I happen to recall whether that was like the only glass on that tray, or?
From with an extreme roll, no, there were several glasses on the tray.
Okay.
The waiter wasn't even walking in his direction. Willow just grabbed the cup as the waiter passed.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I guess the order of business now. I'm going to turn to Merriweather and say, "Wow, that was crazy, right? You have any idea what he was talking about?"
No, nothing. I can't even imagine.
That was some weird shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. O'Donnell ran to call the police. I had him go, but it already seems like it's too late.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's too late. My poor friend.
Can I do another psychology roll on him?
Sure.
I want to know if he was being untruthful when he said he had no idea what he was talking about. And I know there's also a lot of other stuff on top of that that a normal person would be upset about. So I could understand if that would have to need a higher success.
You can tell that he was confused.
Okay.
but beyond that, it's kind of hard to read him. He seems to be too much shock to get through to too much in his mind. So a few minutes later, the police arrive, and detective comes and addresses everybody in the hall and says that they just want the names and addresses of everybody who was there, and then everyone will be able to go home for the evening, just not to leave the city.
Okay. When Whitlow slipped me the key, he kind of indicated the direction that his office was in, right?
Yeah, he said it was. He has an office in the museum.
Okay. I thought he had pointed or something or nodded in the direction.
No, he didn't.
I want to
indicate where it
try
was.
and in the commotion, I'd like to try and slip away and see if I can find his office.
All right.
I'd like to try and slip away without being seen.
We'll make a stealth roll.
I know, stealth.
Yep.
Come on, stealth. I did it! Yay!
Yeah. The place is crowded. No one's really entirely paying attention. The police are taking, interviewing people, getting names, but no one's watching any of the doors.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to slip out and try and find the doctor's office. Now, my guess is, since he was the main Roman guy, right?
Yes.
That his office is probably off of or near the Roman exhibit, or there's a space where all the offices are.
Make a luck roll, see if you can figure out where it is.
Okay.
Can I make a luck roll alongside him?
Yeah.
Of course not.
I'll say you can make a luck roll as well.
$63 out of 80.
All right. There is a sign for offices and an arrow pointing to a stairwell.
Cliff,
Okay.
you gotta go down the stairwell. Do some parkour.
I will head toward the office.
Actually, could I parkour down the stairwell to speed up going down it? Or is it up?
At the top of the stairwell, before he parkours down, it makes a lot of noise. I want to give a listen to see if I hear any movement around down there.
All right. Anson can make a listen roll if he wants to, and Jack, if you really want to, you can make. I'll just say a climb roll.
Ooh, barely.
That makes sense, actually.
You don't hear anything coming from through the stairwell.
Okay. Then I will head down and avoid being bowled over by Jack as he parkours
That's a
down.
24 for a hard success. He's really climbing.
All right. Yeah, you leapfrog down, but the stairs are very narrow. There's not a lot of space around them, so you don't make it down much faster than Anson does.
Unnecessary
It was
risk.
entirely unnecessary. That if she failed, it would have been pretty catastrophic.
just gets a fumble and goes
Barreling
dead.
down, yeah.
Yeah, considering you're carrying a spear, it probably could have been really catastrophic. Okay. Are there names or actually describe the area? I want to find his
Alright.
office.
So it's basically a large room that has been subdivided into little areas.
Okay.
The largest area has been turned over to it looks like it's a storage area for African exhibits. So there's a few different spears, wooden carved spears. There's face masks, carved animals that have been carved out of wood. And then to the side of that, there are a few offices. All of them
We
are
could
appear
rob
locked
the
and closed.
museum. We could rob the
Okay.
museum. I mean, I have a pack. I could
Are
just
there
steal as much as I can carry.
are there names on the office doors?
Yes. There is
Okay.
one that doesn't have any name next to it. There's one that says V. Whitlow. And one says C. O'Donnell. And at the end, the largest of the offices says A. Merriweather.
Okay. Well, I will use the key to open Whitlow's door. Hopefully, this is actually the door it goes to.
You try to put the key in, the key doesn't fit into the lock.
Huh.
Maybe it goes to the guy who died aside Merriweather.
If you look on the key, there's a address written on the side of the key, and what looks like a pen, and it has the street address.
Okay. Okay. That's what I get for not looking at the key first. Jack, you know how to pick locks? Beyond the 1% that I have. And do you have tools if you do? Jack? We lose him again. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, I was just using the bathroom.
Oh, okay. You have lockpicks and the skill to use them.
Let me check. Lockpicking.
Locksmith.
No, I do not. No robbing museums today.
I want to go to O'Donnell's office door and just try it to see if it's locked.
Okay, let's see.
Just try all the doors.
Oh yeah, Merriweather's next, but
We could roll luck on it.
The door is not locked to O'Donnell's office.
oh, okay. Well,
office
let's
is
have a
kinda
look inside
small.
here.
It's dominated by the desk in the center, with a kind of small marble bust on the top of it, and a painting on one wall that depicts a scene in probably, you have to guess, Ireland, maybe Dublin.
Okay.
I am gonna spot some hidden to see if there's any secrets.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll search his desk.
All right.
See if it's got like a drawer or anything with stuff in it, and fail, of course.
You just notice some papers
That's
that seem
a
pretty irrelevant. Just day to day
Okay.
notes.
that is a 20 to get a hard.
There doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary with the walls. No, nothing hidden in the furniture, nothing like that.
No hidden secrets, no safes.
Is there a waste paper basket?
Yeah.
Bye, Dave. Love ya.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of sift through the stuff in there.
Yeah.
If there's anything useful.
There's nothing out of the ordinary in there.
Okay. All right. Who's the bust of?
The bust is of. It looks like a Greek figure.
Okay. There's no
I-
name inscribed on it or
I
anything.
am going
Nothing that you
to
notice,
check
nothing
the
that stands
other
out.
office door and see if it's open.
Okay. And is there a filing cabinet or anything like that in here?
There's a bookshelf, but the books are all pretty
Okay.
standard. Jack, do you make a listen
Okay.
roll when you leave the office?
That is a 15 for a hard.
You hear something moving coming out of the where all the African exhibits are. Something
I'm
is
gonna
pushing over, knocking
sneak.
something over.
I'm gonna
that's good.
sneak to try and see who's there,
Okay.
and I get a bonus die to this too. Really needed that bonus die. For 14 extreme success.
All right. So you move over quietly. Whatever's over there is making a decent amount of noise. It
As I like take
sounds
out my handgun.
big.
Maybe it'd be better to use the spear then.
Make a spot hidden roll. And Anson, are you coming out of the office?
Yeah.
All right. Then you can also make a spot hidden roll.
That is a 9 for an extreme success.
And I, of course, failed.
All right. You see kind of what looks almost like a long, sinewy shaped creature moving among all the African exhibit items, pushing against
do you have a
animal
picture?
statues. I do not have a picture of it.
Like, do you know what it's
Is it
called so
a
I can look up a
snake?
picture?
I know what it's called. I'm not gonna tell you what it's called.
Well, yeah.
But
Well,
it
yeah.
wouldn't be
That's
happen to be
what I
called a
was
snake,
saying, like,
though,
if
would
you
it?
know what it's called, then could you look up a picture of it?
I can, but with your extreme success, I'm not gonna. It's just gonna.
using 50.
You're gonna be able to see it clearly as it emerges. And what it looks like to you is a very large cat, complete with some striping, very muscular forearms, strong hind legs, total feline head,
Sounds like a were creature.
and
Well, I mean,
a tear in its side with fabric bursting out, kind of as though it was like ripped open.
I'm gonna hold the spear.
what is it with these animated museum exhibits? So it looks like a is it the size of a tiger, or is it more like an ocelot or something like that?
It's humanoid in shape, I think.
No, it's. I would say it looks much like, really like it's similar to a tiger. Not the same striping pattern, but
Okay,
yes,
so
very similar.
so
I'm
it's
gonna
big.
have. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have the spear in one hand and my gun in the other, and I'll say freeze.
I don't want to have to shoot a gun down here. Damn it, the police will come running.
The
Then we'll have to explain what the hell we're doing down here. I'm going to look. You said there were spears and stuff down here. Is there one within reach?
I'll say yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And as you move to grab a spear,
grabbing a
you see
spear.
another one moving through, emerging to the farther side of the room.
Holy fucking crap. I'm going to start, it's Jack, to start backing up towards the stairs. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of back away, facing them with the spear out, and just start backing towards the stairs and hoping these things won't leave their
Well, they're
this
here for a
area
reason.
down here.
I need to figure out a reason. I am going to try and attempt a intimidate since I'm holding the spear of Horus.
I don't think you can intimidate a statue. But maybe. Or
No, it's not a
a
statue.
stuffed animal. You're trying to intimidate a stuffed animal.
You can certainly roll intimidate.
But you know what?
Work.
Any port in a storm.
Can I? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, I was gonna say yes. You can. I'll let you roll intimidate.
Sorry, you just kind of cut out there for a minute. Could I spend 5 luck to make it a success?
Yes, you can. And the stuffed cats don't seem phased whatsoever.
Yep. Anyway. Stuffed cats, huh?
Yep. And as you're trying to be intimidating, they
I think
rush
I'm
at
gonna.
you.
Guess it's time for initiative, and it's a good thing I have my gun out.
Yep.
Don't shoot the gun.
I'm not gonna have the gun shoot.
Well, then
The
you won't.
point
If
of
you
having
don't,
the gun out is that it increases my dex to go up.
only if
50.
you use the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get that bonus, you have to fire the gun. So please don't shoot.
Yeah. Before you do any action, you would have to shoot the gun.
Okay,
Before
I
even trying to
won't.
run away.
That's
Gonna be dodge rolls for days on me.
no, I don't know. Maybe we can keep these things at bay with the spears.
We can just stab them.
Spears do fairly decent damage, I think.
All right. Well.
And, I mean, they're stuffed animal. They're stuffed animals. How tough could they be?
All right, Jack. The first one that's right in front of you is going to attack you with its claw.
Please don't hit. Shit. Should I roll a
You can
dodge for
yeah,
that?
You can roll dodge. You can roll to try to fight back with the spear, or you can just take it for what it is and suffer the 2 points of damage.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go and attack it with the spear.
All right.
What is my melee?
That
anyway? I don't
is
think it's good.
a 30 for a hard success.
All right. So you deal damage to it. What's your
And that's a D8 plus 1. Eight damage.
8? All right. All right, that's gonna another attack. On you.
Hard. All right. Try to roll for another attack, and it's got to be an extreme in order for it to succeed. Worst case
You
scenario,
also
I
have to
take
roll
2
a
damage.
penalty dice since you've already tried to fight. You already fought back this round.
So I should actually roll dodge then,
The dodge would be a straight roll.
or would that also?
No,
Okay, I'll go for dodge. I only need. Yeah, I was gonna say all I need to do is succeed on dodge, and it'll be fine.
You have to equal a hard to dodge.
And I don't. That 2 damage is sustained.
All right.
What's the base score in fighting spear? Anybody know off the top of their head?
I think I ruled it was a brawl weapon.
No, because there is a fighting spear skill. I mean, I would love it if it was, but I don't.
All right, and it's.
But I just looked up spear and it says use fighting spear. So
And now it's third attack on you, Jack.
And can I still dodge?
20%.
You can always dodge or fight back. You just every time you've done something already, you just take a penalty dice.
I see. Anyway, I'll roll and then take a penalty die. 70, so regular success.
Ties
And a dodge ties
go to the defender for dodging.
Yep.
But having dodged once already, is that with a penalty or?
Yes.
Yeah, that was with the penalty.
But it is the same attacker, so I don't know whether that.
Oh no, the leopard has 3 attacks, so it doesn't take any kind.
Well, actually, yeah, actually the dodge, the one dodge roll should apply to everything. So
Just get a scratch that draws a little bit of blood.
All right. So
Just like Bloodborne, everyone. It's just like Bloodborne.
the other one is farther away, so it's moving in your direction, but it's not there yet. And
okay,
which of you guys has the better dex?
I have a whopping 65.
yeah, it would be you.
All right. Well,
Okay.
And Anson.
I mean, shoot. I mean, I think the best thing to do is just to back out, and maybe they won't follow us out. And if they do, well, we'll just fight them at the top of the stairs. So I'm gonna start backing up the stairs.
Okay.
With the spear held out in front of me, facing them.
All right. All right, Jack. You can go. You can go ahead. What would you like to do?
Attack with the spear. That is going to be a. Let's the score. That is going to be a hard success again.
Okay, and it's always going to try to fight back. Yeah, it wasn't able to fight back, so you dealt damage to it.
And that'll be a 9 damage.
All right. You can just tell that it's definitely getting more and more full of holes, but it is still up and attacking you, which it's going to do again.
Literally beating the stuffing out of it.
Literally, you're beating the stuffing out of it. All right. Well, it missed its first attack.
I will attack.
No, it missed. There's no point in attacking. You can't. There's no reason to fight back against a miss.
All right. That's true. Animated leopard.
All right. So
I'm gonna have to attack it.
Okay.
Hey, look at that, a 4. Stream success.
All right. So you do damage to it. How much damage do you do?
Oh, that would be an impale.
You can't. It doesn't count as an impaling strike when you're fighting back.
Really?
You're basically.
Oh, I think you're right, actually. Yeah.
Basically, just parrying it.
Yeah.
That would be an 8 damage.
All right. The stuffing is nearly out of this one, but it's gonna try it one more time to attack.
Do I get another penalty die if I do the...
If you fight back, it's a penalty. If you dodge, there's no penalty.
I'll fight back. That would be a 23 for a hard.
All right. Then how much damage do you deal?
That'll be 5 damage.
5 damage. And that is just enough as you swing the butt of the spear to the side. It connects with the leopard's head, and the head just goes wheeling off into the dark, landing in a pile of stuffing and fabric. The rest of that reanimated animal just dissolves into a pile of more stuffing and cotton. But now the other one is on top of you.
Come on. Come on, kitty. Come on. Bring it.
All right. It missed. It missed. And it missed. The other one kept trying to snap at you, but didn't succeed at all. Ensign, what are you going to do? Are you
going to back up, keep backing up the stairs.
All right. It doesn't seem to be following you. It's focused entirely on Jack. And Jack, it's your turn.
Okay, Jack.
You can
Jack,
escape or
Jack, back up, Jack, back up.
Attack this other leopard.
That is a 5 for an extreme.
Okay. No, you succeed.
Do I get impale?
If it was an extreme with the spear, yes. It's an impaling weapon.
That is 18 damage.
Alright. You definitely hurt it a lot, but it's still up. And now it's going to attack you. It is freaking pissed. And
Oh. I'm going to attack. Now, how do attacks work again for reactionary?
Since it's a new round, it's a straight roll.
I know, is it meet it or
You have to
get
to beat
you
it.
have to beat it.
A tie goes to the attacker.
All right. Actually, I think I'm going to dodge first.
Okay.
And that is a... Hold on. It's 35 on my end. Just trying to... Wait. 70 divided by 5 is 35. Alright, success.
Yep. So you just managed to barely dip out of the way of that one attack. It misses its second swipe at you, and it misses its third swipe at you. So it's just going back and back and back. Anson, you can't even see into the basement anymore. You're climbing up the stairs.
Yeah, I'm just calling down the stairwell. Back up, Jack. Back up.
That's a 69 to hit.
Okay. Nope. You deal
It goes
damage.
through.
Yep, you deal damage to it.
That is for 8 damage.
All right, you take the spear and bring it straight, point down right through the top of its head, and you basically stick the leopard to the floor as it's the little whatever energy was keeping it alive fades from its eyes.
And I am going to take this moment to get a bandage and tend to my wound. That is going to be a 16 for a hard success.
Okay. So you can heal 1d3, I think it is.
That would just be a d6, and I know how to do that. Anyway. That would be 3 hit points.
All right. So you heal 3 hit points, and you're able to run out of the basement if you wish to.
Yeah, I'll.
Well, obviously the cats were after something.
Well, I think they were after us. I'm gonna
All right.
toss the spear down there and.
Let's get out of here.
Yep. We're probably gonna have to talk to the cops. Give them our name and address if they're still there.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to explain the claw and bite marks on your jacket and the blood, but yeah.
Oh, that's easy. I'll just feign it on a cat.
There you go. So yeah, we will try and slip back in to the main area. I don't know if everybody's gone now or if probably going to be harder because I'm sure a lot fewer people are going to be there now at the very least. So
There's definitely fewer people, but the police just take your names and the address of where you're staying.
Okay.
You just give them the hotel address, and that's all they really want. And then they let you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll give him that.
All right. That is where I'm going to end the session with.
Okay.
So yeah, you
Well,
got
that was
amazed,
fun.
saw somebody kill themselves, and Jack destroyed 2 stuffed animals with a spear.
That was the thing.
Yeah.